Castles, because that picture on the right with that outdoor forecast, Jed, boy, that was about 90-mile-an-hour winds blowing the train over there in Fairmont.
Yes, Val's saying 90 plus. I mean,
wow.
To do that, I mean, you're talking 25, 30 cars. If these cars had their, freight in them, that's even heavier. So that's amazing. That's a shot from Val Castor, who made it over to Fairmont. Fairmont, to put things into perspective, if you live in Oklahoma City, it's going to be just south and east of the Enid area, okay? So Enid really was able to miss this one, but just southeast of there, winds 90 plus. Let's check in with Val now. Val's been surveying the damage and getting updates for us. Val, some good news. No hazardous material reported on this train.
Yeah, that's right. No hazardous material, and so they've been checking it real close. And you mentioned also if the cars were loaded, and I can tell you that the one we're right next to over here has part of the top that has peeled off, and these cars were loaded down. At least that one was, with laundry detergent from what we could see in there. So the cars were full, and it, as you know, it takes a lot of wind to knock over heavy train cars like that. And there's 25 to 30 of them, Jed, that are on their sides right now. Back to you.
So, I mean, Val, you see this, you see a lot of crazy stuff. And to have a boxcar loaded with detergent, which, detergent, you take those boxes from the grocery store, you grab one of those, put in your cart, they're heavy. So it's loaded with those. I mean, what kind of winds do you think we were dealing with here, Val?
Yeah, and it's a double-decker, too, so there's a lot of material and a lot of cargo there. So, when you estimated 90 miles an hour from your radar, I think that was spot on, and it could have been even more than that, because I know typically it takes a pretty good-sized tornado to derail a train. We've seen that before in the past. So that's crazy wind out here. Back to you.
Okay, very good. No injuries at this point that we're aware of. And again, no hazardous materials, unless you would call detergent hazardous. Other than that, things really, for the most part, got away without it being too major of an event at this point. Just got to do a lot of cleanup. And Val is saying it's going to be 2 days before the tracks that are right here in Fairmont get back up and running, because this thing is not going anywhere. They're still surveying the damage, but absolutely amazing. This is a shot from Jerry Griffin. And if you live up in this area and you were in that storm and it did some damage in your area and knocked down trees or whatever, snap a shot for us and get those to us. And you can even during the daylight, because those pictures coming into us, Cassie will show them, David will show them later today. And if they're really, really impressive, we want to get those on the air to kind of show the perspective of what this event looked like. So this is live. All right, there's live right now. This is what happened here about 3:45 this morning. Jerry Griffin took that shot. You can see the wheels stayed, but the boxcar did not. And again, like Val just mentioned, those are double deckers, so a lot of space for that to storm, a lot of surface for that wind to knock that storm over. Again, winds up to 90 miles per hour. Not a lot of storm reports. I mean, these storm reports you see here are 50 to almost 60. These are not really big, bad, ugly reports. But boy, when that storm got over to Alva, winds picked up to near 70. The storm kind of weakened and then picked back up over near Enid. And those spots you see right there, those are wind gusts 84 to 90 miles per hour. That's what these big complexes can do. They can really crank out the wind. This is a big, we'll call a vortex. You see the spinning motion there. That'll keep tracking along the east, and that threat for severe weather. Downstream, Springfield, Fayetteville, on toward Paducah. This is going to keep going. This is going to keep dumping heavy rain and create more severe weather. You get the daylight heating, will create even bigger issues off to the east. A lot of rain continues up here in northern parts of Oklahoma. The metro area right now is dry. Here's the storms, the lightning. See the lightning there, Robin. And a storm just gave you the power outages. Again, those continue to shift off to the east. And here comes the cooler air. Lacey and I have been talking about and tooting the horn on this cooler air coming our way. Look at these temps, 60s, 50s, 40s up over the central northern plains. It's crazy to have this kind of weather in mid-July. This is the heart of summer. This is the hottest time of the year to have those kind of morning temps. Boy, that's thumbs up. Good stuff there. So here you go, 72 right now, northwest winds at 14. Checking the morning view on radar, just to our north, a few showers there. We've got 60s and 70s starting off this morning, but that does not mean we'll be heating it back up. Even though we're starting a little warm this morning, we're going to stall out in the low 80s today. A lot of clouds, northeast winds, and again, that's going to create what should be a pretty decent day today. 60s, 70s. That's where we start right now. Even you're 80 currently in the Lawton area, but look at these high temperatures again. They look fantastic. 70s, 80s, near 90, so not as hot. Improvement there by about 10 degrees down around Ardmore and Durant, but 82 Oklahoma City. You go to 74 Alva, 74 in Woodward. Those have been morning lows here this week. So some nice temperatures there. Nice tonight. Look at these lows. 60s, might see some upper 50s in some spots overnight tonight before we heat it back up, get back up in the 80s tomorrow, and then even hotter on Sunday as this nice cool down quickly goes away. Again, remember, it is summertime. The heat builds back in. We'll close in on 100 by Tuesday. We'll take a break. More on the train derailment in Fairmont. That's coming up.